Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to a presentation of girls varsity high school basketball here. We've got the 8-1 Inland Lakes Bulldogs and the 8-1 Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds. Yes, you see it right there on your screen. We're live from Inland Lakes High School tonight, and our pregame show, as always, built by J&J Construction. Charles Trail, along with the rest of the Next Level broadcasting crew here tonight. Snowbirds and Bulldogs, the two top teams in the Ski Valley, and we should have a great one here this evening. The Snowbirds won the junior varsity game. However, a lot of people still starting to trickle into the gymnasium right now as we prepare for what should be one excellent game between these two battle-tested Ski Valley opponents. And a lot of things are on the line when these two teams square off. And tonight, a potential first place atop the Ski Valley Conference will be on the line. So a lot coming into this game, a lot of bragging rights, and whoever wins has a one-game lead in the Ski Valley Conference standings and a chance to go 9-1. Well, we're going to go ahead, step aside, and we'll get ready for our national anthem starting lineups coming up after this.
We'd like to take a moment to honor someone very special to our community. Yesterday, we lost a truly great man, Bud Eagle Sr. Bud was a familiar face at so many of our games. He was a loyal supporter, a longtime member of our sports boosters, and somebody who showed up, always for the kids and the families that he cared about. His presence in the stands, his encouragement, and his dedication to our programs made a lasting mark on all of us. In appreciation of everything Bud meant to this community, and in recognition of the many lives he touched, we ask that you please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Bud will be deeply missed, but never forgotten. Now your announcer, Josh Hughes.
Thank you. Welcome to tonight's Ski Valley Conference matchup between the undefeated Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds and your very own undefeated Inland Lakes Bulldogs. Just a friendly reminder from the MHSAA, this is a smoke-free, vape-free school zone. Students, fans, parents, let the players play, coaches coach, officials official. Students, please stay in.
Okay, we just had a brief moment of silence there here at Inland Lakes High School as we honored a longtime Inland Lakes Bulldog who recently passed away. Heartfelt moment here, and now we're about ready to get ready for our national anthem, starting lineups, and one heck of a game as we've going to send it to our national anthem. So the Inland Lakes Bulldogs, excuse me, ready to get things underway with their starting lineup. The Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds, they will have Glasby, Blust, Skoronsky, Cook, and Jeffers. For the Inland Lakes Bulldogs, they will start off with number 2, Callie Woolard. Woolard, just a junior. Next will be Mary Myshock, the senior. After that, number 21 will be Ava Belford, the sophomore. Belford is certainly the player that the Bulldogs will have try to contend inside with Peyton Glasby here tonight. So we'll keep an eye on that, as likely that will be the biggest matchup of the evening and a game-defining matchup at that as well. So should be a good one here tonight. Buckle up. We're here courtside, so you can be couch side. And thanks for tuning in, as always, here to this presentation of Girls Varsity High School basketball on Next Level Broadcasting. The final 2 starters for the Inland Lakes Bulldogs, and the player to really watch out for is number 12, Chloe Robinson. She is one that you will need to pay attention to. Another player that can come off the bench and really heat up in a hurry, the microwave Addison Byrne. In a game earlier against Elk Rapids that we had on our network, Byrne came off the bench and hit 4 threes in the second half. So buckle up. It'll be a fun one. Tipping it off will be Glasby and Belford. And we are underway here as the Snowbirds control this first one. And Jeffers scores quickly on the opening tip. And this one is nearly thrown away. It's saved in the backcourt by the Bulldogs. This is Myshock over now to Woolard. Inland Lakes breaks the pressure. Robinson has it. She'll drop it down to Myshock on the baseline. Back to Robinson. She'll drive baseline again on the head fake and scores the left-handed push shot, and we're even up at 2. Both teams scoring on their opening looks. Alira Cook drives in, swings to Blust. She'll take the three-pointer. And off the heel it goes. Rebound tapped around, and we've got it off of a Bulldog, says one of the officials. It was, I believe, off the hand of Woolard. So the Snowbirds retain possession. This is Alira Cook, one of the 4 seniors in the starting lineup for the Snowbirds, with the basketball up top to Skoronsky. Skoronsky, the sophomore tonight, getting the start. Now over to Jeffers, empty side pick and roll. Skoronsky up top, looking around, back now to Cook. Bulldogs going with a little man-to-man defense here on this second defensive possession of the game as Jeffers drives in against Byrne. Glasby with the cut, gets it at the elbow, back to Jeffers, and the Snowbirds taking their time, and a foul is called against the Bulldogs. That will be the first team foul. And the first foul against Woolard. So that long offensive possession forces the Bulldogs to foul. Inbound comes to Skoronsky, guarded by Myshock on the perimeter. Jeffers looks at the three-pointer. She's going to take it off the front of the rim. Glasby gets the board, and she is fouled. And Peyton Glasby will go to the free throw line. She'll have 2 shots. Foul on Myshock. That'll be her first personal foul, but the second foul on the Bulldogs as Glasby goes to the line, and first one rattles out. We'll check that YouTube chat line as we like to do early on, as we got a lot of people tuning in. Glasby makes the second, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Snowbirds. Inbounded to Woolard. Up the floor it goes, caught by Robinson. Robinson guarded by Jeffers. Dribble handoff to Byrne. She's going to pull the 3. No good, and the rebound comes out to Robinson. Second chance opportunity as Myshock has it in the corner. Bulldogs with a second chance at it on this possession. Let's see if they can make do on another attempt. Myshock guarded by Skoronsky on the perimeter. Snowbirds also playing man-to-man defense as Robinson whips a pass down low, up and in, off the glass for Woolard. Bulldogs take a 1-point lead. Emery Blust drives baseline, step through move off the glass and in. Nice move by Blust, and she's in the book with her first field goal. Snowbird lead goes back 5-4. Inbound to Woolard. It's Woolard and Myshock, the two Bulldogs back there trying to break this pressure. Stolen away by Blust. Up ahead, the pass, 3-on-1 break to Cook. Cook reverses the layup and gets a friendly roll in. First points off of turnover by the Snowbirds, and this one is thrown out of bounds. Bulldogs with their second turnover in a row. So the Snowbirds will have it here, baseline out of bounds. Inbound to Kaylee Jeffers. She'll look to drive baseline, turns around, back up top to Blust. Bulldogs are really trying to pack in the paint defensively, and they force the turnover right there. But Glasby comes from out of nowhere, and it's, let's see, we've got a foul called against Alira Cook. That'll be the first against Cook and the first against the Snowbirds. We've had a frantic pace here so far in this game, and we anticipated that coming in, and we're getting that so far as the Bulldogs inbound. Woolard back to Myshock, and there's a steal. Snowbirds have it, Blust, and it's stolen back by Myshock. So both teams now coughing it up as Byrne is fouled by Glasby at half court. So that's the second against the Snowbirds, first against Peyton Glasby, and each team now with 2 personal fouls, or check that, 2 team fouls. Checking in for the first time for the Bulldogs is Callie Williamson, number 1. Little high ball screen action. Back out to Myshock for the corner 3. Rebound to Skaronski. Snowbirds clear, holding the Bulldogs to 1 and done on that offensive trip. Snowbirds up by 3. Glasby turns down the 3. Back to Blust up top. Head coach Pat Schultz for the Snowbirds, directing his team with some sort of objective or directive from the bench as Blust turns down the shot. Back to that empty side ball screen. Jeffers drives in, scoop layup, no good. Rebound controlled by Belford, and we've got a foul called against the Snowbirds, and that's on Alira Cook. That's the Snowbirds' 3rd team foul and the 2nd against Cook, so she'll have to head over to the bench with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play. So Cook, one of the Snowbird starters, an energy player, now forced to reside on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Robinson guarded by 2 Snowbirds, and that should be a travel. And sideline official Colton Huff making the call over there, as the Snowbirds inbound this one up by 3, nearly halfway through this opening quarter. First quarter tonight presented by J&J Construction. They're our pregame show sponsor. This pregame show built by J&J, as this one goes inside off of the Bulldogs. Last touch by Belford. So the Snowbirds will retain possession here. Inbounded to Jeffers, and a miscommunication between her and Peyton Glasby as this one goes out of bounds. Once again, the Bulldogs inbounding this one. Snowbirds not giving an inch on this pressure as Williamson dribbles it up, finds Byrne, cutting to the basket as Robinson wraps a pass around, but outside of the reach of Belford, so the Bulldogs turn it back over. And neither one of these 2 teams have been able to find a rhythm so far, as evidence shows us with a lot of the turnovers that we've seen so far. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Daryl Vizina, and head coach for the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds is Pat Schultz. And there is a first made 3-pointer up and in for the Snowbirds as they take a 2-possession 6-point lead. Nice shot. Snowbirds dialing it up from deep. Byrne drops it down low to Belford, and she scores. So a good answer by the Bulldogs. And now the pace of play and fluidity of this game starting to pick up as Keister is blocked up top by Belford. And they say that it was with the body down on below the shot. I would have to concur with that referee's judgment there. So this will be Lily Keister going to the free throw line. We got a couple people tuning in to the chat line. Jackie Prusakevich watching, I presume, from probably Florida. Tom Pratt probably watching from Gaylord and saying thanks for being here, Charles, so that they can watch from, the comfort of wherever that comfort might be. We should have a good one here tonight, so if you know anybody else that would be interested, go ahead and share the link so that way they can tune in and watch some good varsity girls basketball here in the Ski Valley Conference. These teams are ranked number 5 and number 4 in the Michigan High School Athletic Association coaches poll published on January 19th. As Jeffers knocks in the first of 2. As I said, Gaylord St. Mary comes in ranked number 5. Inland Lakes comes in ranked number 4. So a matchup of 2 of the 5 best teams in Division 4 here tonight. And we're blessed to have them within the same conference. So not only will we be able to see this matchup once here tonight, we'll also be able to see this matchup in February when the 2 of them link up in play at Gaylord St. Mary. So mark your calendars for that one. We'll be able to drop that date in the second half tonight as Jeffers splits the pair at the free throw line, rebounded by the Bulldogs to Williamson, now finding Woolard, and Woolard is fouled. And for the Snowbirds, that will be their 4th. My scoreboard is a little off, but Inland Lakes with 4 team fouls, Gaylord St. Mary with 4 team fouls. As the Bulldogs bring this one down the floor, we got a couple of substitutes that have checked in for each of these 2 teams. We have Sahara Wells, who's come in for the Snowbirds, number 0. And driving baseline is Williamson, swings it up top. Nice catch by Woolard. Backdoor cut to Robinson, and the Snowbirds get into the gap defense nicely there, preventing that driving alley. Stolen away. Ooh, nearly stolen. Excuse me. Down low to Robinson again. Step through move. She's fouled. And Robinson will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. That'll be the second personal foul against Peyton Glasby, and the 5th team foul against the Snowbirds. As Robinson's first of 2 is a bit short off the front of the rim. We have 2 Bulldogs, or just 1 Bulldog checking in. This will be Byrne, who is replacing Callie Williamson. And waiting on the second of 2 for Robinson. She makes it. Checking back in for the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds is Nona Skoransky. She's playing with 2 fouls, so she will have to be exceedingly careful not to foul as this one's stolen away. Woolard playing the passing lane, step through move, and nice defensive hands by Emery Bloost. Able to knock that one out of bounds and off of Woolard. So a great defensive play by the Snowbirds in transition defense. We've got the officials here talking it over. Interesting. They're going to say we're just outside the limitations of a replay there. Otherwise, we would have brought that one and shown it to you as Avery Belford checks back in. Inbounded underneath. And we should have 2 free throws here, a foul called against Sahara Wells, and that'll be the Snowbirds' 6th personal. And that will send Molly Montai to the free throw line for 2. And there's good on the first for Molly Montai. Montai, the senior, comes off the bench for the Bulldogs, trying to spark this Bulldog first quarter rally if she can get 2 from the free throw line, and she does. It's a nice friendly roll off the back of the rim, and now it's back to a 2-point game. Skoronski drives baseline, stolen away. Excellent defensive anticipation by the Bulldogs. That was Mary Myshak playing the passing lane. This is Woolard driving in, drops a pass, kicked out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Bulldogs. Let's check back in on the YouTube chat. Oh, there we go. Tom Pratt giving us a shout out to Logan Huff. Did I say Brandon Huff earlier, Tom? Or maybe I said Colton. Inbounded here to Belford, stolen away by Jeffers. Speed dribble up and off the backboard, no good, but Jeffers off of her own nose gets the rebound, drops it down to Keister, can't make the layup, and there's a rebound by Montai. Up the floor, trying to track this one down. Who's going to get it? We had a collision between Myshak and Skoronski, and it'll be Snowbird basketball. As I said, maybe 3 or 4 times so far in the game, buckle up. There's going to be a lot of possessions in this game between these two teams, as we've got a travel called against the Snowbirds. Bulldogs inbound to Woolard. Now back to Myshak. Robinson catches, and it's a Robinson versus Emery Bloost as the Bulldogs finally bring it across half court. I think Robinson's got to try to assert herself a little bit more as she misses the runner. Belford fighting for the offensive rebound. She's fouled. Check that. Offensive over the back called against Ava Belford. And that will put the Bulldogs into the penalty. So the next foul against Inland Lakes Snowbirds will shoot 2. Over the back considered a player control foul, just as, well, actually, no. A player control foul will be like an illegal screen or an offensive charge, but over the back will result in 2 free throws for Sahara Wells. Wells' first shot is good, as Sahara Wells has entered the chat, or entered the scoring book. And second one off the heel, too strong. Rebound fought for. It'll be contested, and it will be possession arrow favoring the Bulldogs. This one deflected by Skoronski. Skoronski doing a good job of playing with 2 fouls. She picked up that second personal foul right around the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Sat for a couple of minutes, has come back into the game. Peyton Glasby also for the Snowbirds playing with 2 personal fouls as Blues catches this one. 35 seconds left in this opening quarter for the Snowbirds. Let's see if they opt to take the last shot of this 8-minute period on this possession. They have a 3-point lead. All things considered, given the foul status of Glasby and Skoronski, the Snowbirds would love to go into the quarter break up by 3 points or more. Up top, nearly stolen away. Good hands by Woolard. Bloost now with 5 seconds or left. She's fouled. And Emery Bloost draws contact and will go to the free throw line with 2.8 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. So if you're head coach Pat Schultz, that's exactly the outcome that you wanted to have, an opportunity to either get a good shot or 2 free throws. As Bloost goes to the free throw line, and the first one rattles in and out. And Bloost makes the second, so the Snowbirds have a 2-possession lead now as Robinson does not try to advance it. Smart play by Chloe Robinson. You don't want to negatively impact your shooting percentage there by just chucking one up. So she's got her stat book in mind as the Bulldogs find themselves down by 4 points after 1 quarter of play. You're watching this presentation of Gaylord St. Mary High School basketball here on Next Level Broadcasting, simulcast live on Gaylord St. Mary Athletics and Next Level Broadcasting on YouTube and nextlevelbroadcasting.net. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this.
Are you interested in building with over wide experience? J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Okay, welcome back to high school basketball here on Next Level Broadcasting. Second quarter underway. It'll be Snowbird basketball to begin. They have a 4-point lead as Jeffers drives in, kicks it back up top to Emery Bloost. Bulldogs going with a little more matchup, man-to-man defense as Glasby trying to weave her way inside off the backboard, and that will be Peyton Glasby's third foul. And we'll show a quick replay of that. And she's going to reach in right there and pick up that foul. So Glasby will go to the bench with that first personal. First team foul for the Snowbirds here in this second quarter. And this one thrown over to Byrne. She's going to heat it up, and she knocks it down. And she's a player that the Bulldogs are going to need to have a big impact here tonight. Keister on the block, up and in. Snowbirds answer right back. But as I said earlier, if you go back and watch some of the previous games we've streamed of the Bulldogs, they played at Elk Rapids. And Byrne came off the bench and hit 4 3-pointers in the second half of that game to propel the Bulldogs to an overtime victory against the Elks. That was on January 2nd. A lot has changed here in the last 2 weeks for the Bulldogs. But if Byrne can get hot and stay hot from the perimeter like she was able to do at that game, look out, because it really changes how defenses have to play this Bulldog team. This is Molly Montai inbounding to Chloe Robinson. Snowbirds with 3 defenders up in the backcourt. Swung over to Byrne. Down low it goes, and we've got a scrum for the ball. Possession error will keep it here with the Bulldogs. It was Mary Myshak and Lily Keister squaring off. And this time the possession arrow gives it to the Bulldogs as the Snowbirds had it to start this quarter. Woolard inbound, baseline out of bounds. Up top to Ava Belford. And this is Addison Byrne going to take the 3 ball. And just a bit off the rim. Rebounded by Robinson, so the Bulldogs have a second chance, and it's nearly poked away by the Snowbirds. And there we've got a foul called against Kaylee Jeffers on the perimeter. That'll be the Snowbirds' second team foul here in this quarter. And that whole possession was triggered by that offensive rebound by Robinson. So if you're the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds, not only may you potentially be feeling the effects of Peyton Glasby not being on the floor given her foul status, but they need to really lock in on the defensive glass. Williamson skips a pass over to Myshak. Myshak has it taken away by Kaylee Jeffers. Snowbirds force the turnover. Pass up ahead to Cook. Back to Wells. Let's see where the Snowbirds go here for offense with 6 minutes left in this first half. Dribble handoff to Jeffers. Now corner kick to Cook. She'll drive baseline. And it's stolen away underneath by Ava Belford. The possession arrow, though, will keep it here with the Snowbirds. Snowbirds come out in a 1-4 flat set, inbounded to Jeffers at the elbows, and she's called for the travel. So the Bulldogs will regain possession. Montai to inbound. Check that. That was my shock. And now up ahead to Byrne. It's a 2-on-2. Byrne drops it down low to Belford, and it rolls off of the rim. Oh, man, that ball just teetering and dancing around up there before it fell off, and the Snowbirds dodging a bullet there. Back to the YouTube chat. Still Jackie Prusakevich, Tom Pratt tuning in. If you're tuning in like the two of them are, tell us where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out. And also want to shout out our longtime broadcast partner who wasn't able to make it tonight, Nick Wenzel. Nick, we're wishing you well and hopefully get to see you again here. And wishing good health coming your way, as we've got another foul called against the Snowbirds, this one on Sahara Wells. And that'll be her second, as head coach Pat Schultz is going to take a timeout here and talk it over. They're up by 3, but a lot of fouls beginning to mount, and this foul situation is becoming serious for the Snowbirds. We're going to step aside and be back in 15 seconds after this from the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. Stay tuned.
Are you interested in building?
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Okay, welcome in to Inland Lakes High School Gymnasium, Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds and the Inland Lakes Bulldogs here. Wednesday night in the Ski Valley, and wouldn't want to be anywhere else but right here, so you can be somewhere else watching this game. As this pass goes all the way down to Ava Belford, she's going to kick it up top to Williamson for the elbow jump shot. No good, but Belford gets the offensive rebound, puts it up. She's fouled. And Belford working hard on the offensive glass will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And for the Snowbirds, that will be their 4th team foul of this second quarter. Bulldogs, in comparison, only have, that's right, 0 team fouls. We've got 2 Bulldogs checking back in, Molly Montai and Callie Woolard, as Belford looks to go 2 for 2 from the free throw line, but splits the second. Rebound by Jeffers, and the Snowbirds push it up the floor to Cook. Down low to Keister. Good catch. Keister squares her shoulders and knocks it in. Lily Keister with 4 points in the game for the Snowbirds, giving them a good kick off the bench, as Robinson off the mark and fighting hard once again. Ava Belford will go back to the free throw line. A high energy, tenacious player is Ava Belford. And she'll go back to where she just made 1 of 2 at the line. And there's the first no good. We've got 2 substitutions coming in for Inland Lakes right now, 1 for the shooter. First time into the game is Faith Lair for the Bulldogs. As Belford knocks down the second. Snowbirds back up by 3 points after Belford, and that should be a foul called against Lair. That's only the first team foul against the Bulldogs, so they still got quite a few fouls left as Lair gets the steal on the deflection, gets it right back, trying to pirouette her layup in, but no good. And there's another foul. And Lair picks up her second. Wells to inbound here on the baseline for the Snowbirds. Into the hands of Emery Bloost, and here the Snowbirds just trying to get through this first half of action here with a lot of different foul situations and ramifications. Wells catches, nearly poked away by Williamson, and Keister has it go through her arms out of bounds, and the Bulldogs have turned up the heat here with the defensive pressure. Snowbirds just trying to hang on. So far, this game has been much of what we thought it was going to be. As Williamson guarded by Skoronski. Callie Williamson still with the basketball up top. Snowbirds starting to double team her. And we've got a jump ball. It'll stay here with the Bulldogs. Nearly stolen away by Skoronski, and it's off of the official. The official was standing out of bounds, and therefore it's Snowbird basketball. As the ball was last touched by a Bulldog, deflected off a Bulldog, hitting the official. Therefore the Snowbirds will take over, and we've got a hand check foul called against Mary Myshak. That'll be the Bulldog third, second on Myshak. Alira Cook inbounding. Sahara Wells puts it on the deck. Finds Keister, who swings it to Skoronski. Bulldogs almost as if they're playing a box and one on Kaylee Jeffers right now, and the Snowbirds are going to turn this one over. Each team so far with one made three-point field goal so far in the game. But there's a travel. Well, if you're an official tuning in to watch this game, this is a pretty good game to learn how to officiate. There's a lot of calls for you to be able to make so far. A lot of different violations for you to see, and really kind of cut your teeth as an official to know what to look for so far in this first half of play. As Bloost working the pick and roll, goes over to Wells. Dribble handoff to Skoronski. I thought she might have had a shot attempt there. Keister gets it back on the deflection. Bloost up top. Bloost drives in off the window, no good. Rebound controlled by Mary Myshak, and here come the Bulldogs. Robinson has it, bringing it down the floor. Looking up and through the hands of Faith Lair. So the Snowbirds get it back via that Bulldog turnover. This is Wells inbounding to Skoronski. There's a tap away from behind by Faith Lair. And this crowd really starting to get into it as well right now, as I assume you can hear through our microphones that this Bulldog cheering section, the Snowbird cheering section really starting to make some noise. We have Woolard and Belford coming in for Inland Lakes. St. Mary staying with who they have on the floor right now Snowbirds have played 7 different players here tonight, with their 2 leading scorers sitting on the bench currently with foul trouble. That's Jeffers and Glasby. Snowbirds still up by 3 as Robinson is fouled. And that will put Chloe Robinson to the free throw line, as that's the Snowbirds foul that will put them over the limit. And that's on Emery Bloost as Robinson goes to the line, shooting 2. And the first one off the mark. The one thing keeping the Bulldogs at bay here is their inability to knock down free throws. If they were shooting a better percentage from the charity stripe, they would certainly have the lead here so far, as Robinson splits the pair. It's now a 2-point lead, and Bulldog pressure picking up. Snowbirds turn it over. This is a very young group out there on the floor for the Snowbirds right now. They have 2 seniors with Cook and Bloost, a junior with Keister, and then 2 sophomores, as this one finds Chloe Robinson, and Robinson is not going to miss that one. And we're knotted up at 17 points. Bloost cutting through the middle, flings it to Wells. 3-pointer, too strong. Keister on the weak side rebound. Stolen away, good hands by Woolard. And we've got another foul, and that'll put the Bulldogs back to the free throw line. And the way that this game has been officiated, the Snowbirds may have to make some adjustments at halftime with how that they want to play, because you've got more than 2,000 points currently sitting on the bench for Gaylord St. Mary in terms of the scoring totals of the careers. And the way that this game is being officiated, the Snowbirds just might have to make some adjustments as Woolard makes the first free throw. Checking back in for the Bulldogs. Actually, for the first time tonight is Andrea Vinu. And the second one also good. As Cook fumbles this one, stolen away by Woolard. Down low to Robinson. Hook shot off the mark. Got it on. And she's fouled. Actually, that's called against Robinson over the back. Snowbirds catching a break there, but it's stolen away on the inbounds pass by Mary Myshak. Up top to Byrne. Back in the corner now to Robinson, guarded by Keister. Woolard driving in. Power dribble, drops a pass down low to Vino. Byrne trying to find an open teammate, dribble hands off to Robinson. She'll put it on the deck, put it up, off the mark, got her own miss, and it's stolen by Bloost. This is certainly an interesting sequence of events. If you're head coach Pat Schultz right now, you're just trying to get to halftime. As Bloost swings it to Cook in the corner. She's going to drive baseline, and it's off of Vinu. Here's Cook. Pass kicked out of bounds by Myshak. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Not allowing the Snowbirds to get that one inbounded with ease. And this one's batted out of bounds by Woolard. And the Bulldog defense is playing with some serious energy right now. Head coach Dale Vizna has this team ready to rock and roll here tonight, as Bloost is going to get called for an over and back violation. Snowbirds just seem so discombobulated and out of sorts right now, making a litany of mental errors that they typically don't commit. As Belford comes back into the game, this game has certainly turned on a dime here in this second quarter, as the Snowbirds are just trying to make it through to halftime, biding their time, down by 2, as Woolard drives in, kicks to Belford in the corner, puts it on the deck, no good. Diving in for the weak side offensive putback is Myshak. That goes out of bounds. We've got Faith Lair checking in for Inland Lakes, replacing Belford. So maybe an offense-defense substitution by head coach Vizina. Right back to Wells, and she'll bring it up the floor. She's got to be careful. She's dribbling into a trap. And the Snowbirds wisely bring it back out. And there's a steal, but Wells somehow gets it back. And Skaronski with it out on the perimeter. 40 seconds left to go in this first half of play. It's been a wild ride so far in this one. Bloost dribbles in and scores off the window, and good. The senior Emery Bloost right now trying to calm the storm and just get the Snowbirds settled down as we're back tied at 19 points. As there's a deflection, Robinson and Keister collide. Snowbirds with 15 seconds. They'll be able to take the last shot of the second quarter. They took the last shot of the first quarter as well, which ended up at Bloost getting to the free throw line. They're going to swing this one to Wells. She'll drive baseline, spin back move to Keister. She's going to put it up, and this one's off the mark, but Cook has an opportunity to beat the buzzer, but it falls just to the side of the rim. So after 16 minutes of play, we're tied 19 apiece. The Ski Valley Conference, whoever wins this one will be atop the conference standings, and we'll break that down and more, talk about what the outlook looks like for each of these two teams, how they got both ranked in the top 5 in the most recent Michigan High School Athletic Association Coaches Class or Division 4 poll. All that and a whole bunch more coming up on the Gaylord Eye Care Center halftime show. You're watching Girls Varsity High School Basketball here on Next Level Broadcasting. We'll be back after this.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Right back. Good pull it. Got it. London has it. Left block. Slams it home. The Glen Lake student section, they're pumped up.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Okay, welcome into the halftime show presented tonight by the Gaylord Eye Care Center. The Gaylord Eye Care Center. Hey, did the refs see that? Or maybe it was your eyes playing a trick on you, because let's be honest, the refs, they're never wrong, and they can't ever be wrong. And, well, if that's the case, it's time to head on into the Gaylord Eye Care Center. They've got 4 locations. That's right, 4 locations. Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, Bel Air, and in Sheboygan as well. There's no reason why you can't be seeing broadcasts all season long with 20/20 uninhibited, perfect, crystal clear vision. And that's the Gaylord Eye Care Center making it possible for you. You can head on in, get a free eye consultation at one of their 4 locations, Sheboygan, Boyne City, Bel Air, or Gaylord, helping you get back to the top of your game. That is the Gaylord Eye Care Center, our halftime show sponsor tonight. As we told you, both of these 2 teams coming in with only 1 loss, but we do have some comparable games that they've played. Gaylord St. Mary has beaten the team that the Bulldogs have lost to. The Bulldogs lost to Harbor Springs on Monday night. St. Mary beat those same Harbor Springs Rams the first game of the season by 6, 49-43. However, earlier on this week, the Bulldogs lost to that same Harbor Springs team, and they were defeated by a wide margin there. The official score for that game, Bulldogs and Rams, went into the final scores book at 51-17. So the Bulldogs really trying to get back to their winning ways here tonight. And at halftime, they really had a good second quarter of play. So they come out and really amped up the pressure against the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds. And for the Bulldogs, they were able to get some foul trouble against some key components of the Gaylord St. Mary offense. Peyton Glasby and Kaylee Jeffers both on the bench with 3 personal fouls. So if you're head coach Pat Schultz, let's see if they make it, the Snowbirds make an adjustment here to how they want to play defense. Are they still going to be able to play as aggressive as they're used to playing, given the fact that they're also down a couple players tonight? Omani Switalski not dressed in playing clothes, still in street clothes for an undisclosed reason, not sure to us. And so the Snowbirds are already a little short on personnel tonight. So we'll see if they make an adjustment here stylistically. And if you're in the Lakes, I think you really need to get Chloe Robinson going. She's been kind of quiet so far. It's been a lot of the other players, and testament to the Snowbird defense. Obviously, Robinson, the top of the scouting report when you play this Bulldog team. However, Robinson is a player who's capable of carrying a lot of the burden of scoring. And if in the second half, if Robinson is able to heat up and start to percolate a little bit, this Bulldog team, you got to like their chances to be able to come out with a victory here to get back into the winning column, but also be alone atop the Ski Valley in first place. As I was talking about earlier, these 2 teams, number 4 and number 5, in the most recent Michigan High School Athletic Association coaches poll. This is published by the MHSAA. Inland Lakes comes in at number 4, Gaylord St. Mary at number 5. The upcoming games for the Inland Lakes Bulldogs, after playing St. Mary here tonight, they'll be at the 3rd place conference team, the Bel Air Eagles. That will be at Bel Air on January 29th. So the Bulldogs will have 8 days to rest and practice and get ready for that game next Thursday against the Bel Air Eagles. For the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds, though, they don't have much time off. Friday night, they'll be taking on Lake Leelanau St. Mary. And Lake Leelanau St. Mary is a team that the Snowbirds have played time and time again on occasion. And it seems like each time that they play, there's so much riding on that game. And this time, it'll also be a lot more juice in the atmosphere, as it'll be a boys varsity and girls varsity doubleheader from the Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium Friday night, as the girls will tip off at 5:30 and the boys will tip at 7 for a doubleheader of varsity girls and then boys action coming up Friday night at Gaylord St. Mary High School. So this will conclude our Gaylord Eye Care Center halftime show. When we come back, We'll get ready for second half action between the Snowbirds and the Bulldogs. You're watching this presentation of high school basketball here on Next Level Broadcasting. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Okay, welcome in. The second quarter is now underway between the Snowbirds and the Bulldogs. It'll be Snowbird basketball to begin here in the third quarter. Third quarter tonight presented by Mama Leone's. Mama Leone's wants you to know that on top of their great, delicious items, you can also find them and make them available for your catering options as well. That's Mama Leone's on US 127 South in Gaylord. So if you're getting hungry watching this game as it's tied up at 19 at the end of 2 quarters of play, Mama Leone's got you covered for that next family dinner reservation. Robinson with the step-through move, scores the first field goal of this second half, and the Bulldogs regain the lead as Glasby catches on the baseline, flips it out to Blues. Jeffers now driving in, Euro step, up and in. So this third quarter has started off with a bang with Robinson on a nice step-through move. Jeffers on the Euro step. And it's stolen by Keister. Up the floor goes to Glasby, and Glasby cruises in for 2. Snowbirds get an easy basket off of turnover. Robinson now catches. I said at halftime I thought the Bulldogs need to get Robinson going. They go right to her on the first possession of the third quarter, and she goes with a nice post move. As Woolard drives into Glasby, trying to get that fourth foul. Glasby goes straight up, but Woolard is able to bank it home. And we're knotted up at 23 points. Jeffers cruises in all the way, slicing and dicing like a knife through butter. The Snowbirds go back up by a bucket. The intensity starting to pick up. There's a foul called against Keister. And that will be the Snowbirds' first team foul. Bulldogs still with no team fouls here in this third quarter. If you're just now tuning in, maybe somebody sent you the link. Maybe somebody said, hey, you need to watch this game. It's a good one. Or maybe you just got out of work. Maybe you just got done playing some men's rec league basketball at the Otsego County Community Center, and you say, hey, I want to watch some good ball. Well, you are about to witness some great basketball here in this second half of play. I guarantee you that. This will be a good use of your time here on a Wednesday night. Dribble handoff, blown up by the Snowbirds defense. Belford catches. Down low it goes to Robinson, and it's deflected. Save to Byrne, teeing up the 3 from the corner. No good, off the hands of Woolard, and it'll be Snowbird basketball. Got Nick Wenzel tuning in, giving a shout-out to the Next Level Broadcasting family and his favorite stop on these Snowbird away games, like coming up here to Inley and River, for instance, the Schultz Marathon Party Store, as Kaylee Jeffers knocks in the second made Snowbird three-pointer of the game, and the league now up to a handful for the Snowbirds, 28-23. Jeffers with 7 points here in this third quarter. Robinson and Woolard playing a little pick and roll. It's Woolard driving baseline, shut off nicely by Keister. Robinson catches, back to Byrne, and stolen by Skoronski. Skoronski is subsequently fouled, and this one's called. I believe it's on Robinson, and that is her team's first, her third. So Robinson to go along with Jeffers and Glasby, all playing with 3 fouls here in the game. Snowbirds trying to run a little high ball screen action. Blue step through off the rim, no good. And it's off the Snowbirds. Inbounded Myshak into the hands of Woolard. Snowbirds have outscored the Bulldogs here in this quarter 9-4 as Robinson's called for the travel. Good defense by Alira Cook there, just not letting Robinson get to the positioning that she wanted to catch that ball on the low block. So nearly halfway through this third quarter. Snowbirds up by 5. Charles Strel along with Ryan Bentley here. Our 2-man production crew tonight as Keister has it back out to Glasby. One more in the corner for Blue. She drives baseline. Euro steps it up and in. Snowbird lead has grown to 7 now. It's an 11-4 start to this third quarter for the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbird group. Stolen by Blue at half court. 3-on-2 break. Swing to Jeffers. Drives in. Puts a pass down low to Cook. Off the window and in. And we've got a TO taken by Daryl Vizina as he has seen this tie game at halftime slip to a 9-point Snowbird lead. And Gaylord St. Mary has coming out hitting on all cylinders so far in this third quarter. And while we have an opportunity to do so, we're going to tell you about Schultz's Marathon Gas Station and Party Store. Like I said, located off of exit 301 on I-75, it's Schultz's Marathon Party Store. It's the marquee destination for all those Snowbirds travelers headed north, like here tonight. And those Snowbird road trips, you can stop at Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store, fill up on some high-quality octane gasoline, and also get some high-octane carbohydrates from their excellent selection of pizza at Schultz's Marathon Gas Station and Party Store. We also want to give a shout out to Sky Media 45 tonight. Mapping, inspections, marketing, they've got you covered with whatever you need. Sky Media 45 is your eye in the sky. Precision drone technology for stunning visuals and critical data. Your project, their perspective. Let's fly. Visit Sky Media 45 to get in touch. That's our friend Tom Klemetson, the play-by-play commentator for Snowbird football all season long in 2025. So if you or your business or someone you know needs some aerial drone photography done or videography, Tom Klemetson is your man at skymedia45.com. Snowbirds up by 9 as they have come out strong here on a 13-4 start to this third quarter. Woolard trapped by 2 Snowbirds, flings it across the floor to Myshak. Myshak guarded by Jeffers up top. Jeffers playing with 3 personal fouls, as is Glasby and Robinson for the Bulldogs. Robinson isoing against Bloost up top. Swings it to Woolard. Woolard driving against Glasby. Up top to Byrne. Left open by the Snowbirds, and Byrne cans her second triple of the game. That's the one shooter you can't leave open as Glasby steps into the trailing 3. Too strong off the heel. And it's tracked down by Glasby. Second chance now for the Snowbirds. Cook finds Jeffers. Under 3 minutes in this third quarter. Swung out to Blue. She's going to lift and fire, and she'll knock it down. Snowbirds with their third made triple of the game. Up the floor goes to Byrne. Shot fake, flyby. And it's nearly stolen by Cook. She's got it. Tapped out of bounds. A nice play by Cook, throwing it off the leg of Myshak. I thought the Bulldogs might have had a shot attempt there by Byrne. She threw the shot fake at the Snowbird defender. There was a flyby, and Byrne already knocking down 2 3-pointers in the game. I thought she might put that one up, but maybe just a little off balance. Snowbirds looking to go to Glasby up top on a couple of screens. Gets a high ball screen, kicks it over to Bloost in the corner. Cook putting up the 3 off the mark, and Belford clears the defensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Monti has checked in for the Bulldogs as this one sails out of bounds. And now it's the Bulldogs maybe being sped up a little bit by the Snowbird defensive pressure so far in this third quarter. This third quarter has gone by in the blink of an eye. Already 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go as Bloost brings it down the floor. Jeffers, shot fake, back to Cook. Swung over to Glasby, now in the corner. Rips and goes baseline, puts it up, and she's fouled. This will be against Ava Belford. And that's only the second team foul against the Bulldogs. But for Glasby, she'll go to the free throw line for 2. Glasby at the free throw line, knocking down 1 of 2. And for the first time in the game, we've got a double-digit lead, 36-26, favor of the Snowbirds. Robinson, in and out dribble, off the window and in. Nice shot by Chloe Robinson. Jeffers flips a pass, far side corner to Skaronski. She'll put it up and can it from the corner. Nona Skaronski dialing it up from deep. She hit that one from Melanson. And here's a Bulldog pass that is deflected. The referees will have to refer to one another. Let's take a look on the replay here and see what we see. Robinson, yeah, I don't know about that one. You tell me. We showed it right there. We'll go ahead and show it one more time. Here's the replay. Robinson's going to pass this one, and yeah, that's – I think you just got to go – I would go to the possession arrow as an official. But if they felt like they got a pretty good look at it, then stick with your guns and let's keep it playing, keep it pushing, keep it moving. The Snowbirds have been scoring a lot of points here in this quarter alone, 20 points in this third quarter. It was 19-19 at halftime, and Gaylord St. Mary has come out like a house on fire here in this second half of play. Knocked down a couple three-pointers. We've seen this defense. I thought that they might make some defensive schematical adjustments, and no, all they did was play defense without fouling. It's amazing to see how the Snowbirds have just said, hey, we're not going to change. We're just going to play better, and that's what they've done here so far in this third quarter. As Cook drives in, kicks it out to Skaronski. She'll drive in, swing it over to Jeffers, driving baseline on the jab step. Back to Skaronski, looking to go 2 for 2, and this one rattles in and out. Glasby puts it up, count it, and a foul. Snowbirds on the offensive glass. Peyton Glasby making her impact here felt in this third quarter. Going back to the free throw line, looking for an old-fashioned three-point play. Here's the replay of that one. Glasby sinks the free throw, and the three-point play is good for her. Do not let the scoreboard confuse you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in. It was 19-19 at halftime. The Snowbirds have dug deep and found their offensive rhythm here in this third quarter and shown why they are the number 5 ranked team in Class D. Dribble handoff up top to Monti. Monti now working against Cook, trying to back her down. Byrne catches, puts it up. Too strong on the triple try. We've got a foul over the back called against Belford. That'll be the third team foul against the Bulldogs. And we got Nick Wenzel chiming in on our YouTube chat. Yeah, Nick, birds fly together. And yes, the Schultz Marathon gas station party store, it does have a hot slice of pizza. .50 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Snowbirds going inside. Glasby scores. A nice cutting slice to the basket for Glasby. And this one goes off the hands of Cook. Byrne has it at half court, tapped away from behind by Bloost. Snowbirds with a chance to double dip here as they just scored. Now Glasby and the Snowbirds can retake and rehash their offense here and take the last shot of this third quarter. 23 seconds left to play. Snowbirds have had the last shot of the first, second, and now presumably the third quarter here as Jeffers is trying to find an open teammate. Bloost has it. Corner kick to Skoronski. Lefty teeing it up too strong off the mark as Glasby and Byrne fight for it, and it'll be Snowbird basketball here with 4 seconds left to play. Up top it goes to Glasby. Cook gets it right back. She's got to shoot this one, puts it up, and it's just off the front of the rim. So this third quarter, comes to an end. Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds up 44-28. They outscore the Bulldogs by 16 points, and they will take that lead to the fourth quarter. Coming up after this, you're watching high school girls varsity basketball on Next Level Broadcasting. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Okay, welcome into the fourth quarter of play officially between the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds and the Inland Lakes Bulldogs. We've got a trip called against Skoronski and the Snowbirds. It was 19-19 at halftime of this game, and then the Snowbirds offense woke up and really found its stride. They scored 25 points in the third quarter, and they've got a commanding 16-point lead here over the Bulldogs as they have this one go out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Bulldogs. It'll be Monti inbounding to Williamson. Williamson trying to go to the elbow to Robinson. Step through a move, and will be fouled, and that'll be the second team foul. Inbounded to Robinson. Gets a high screen from Monti. Back to Monti on the block. Puts it up. Monti playing a little bully ball, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. This Bulldog team just trying to regain their composure after they lost a really strong piece of their team, Elizabeth Furman, out for the season. As the second free throw by Monti, no good. Well, while we have an opportunity to do so, coming up February 14th, mark your calendars. It'll be the Next Level Broadcasting Production Winter Event of the Year. The 4th annual Northern Michigan Boys Varsity Showcase comes back to Traverse City as Alira Cook banks it in for the first Snowbird field goal of the 4th quarter. As I said, the showcase is back and returns to Traverse City with 5 great games, 10 teams from across the state of Michigan. One great day of hoops. So if you can get that on your calendar, February 14th, that's right. We love basketball. Valentine's Day at the Northern Michigan Showcase. Snowbirds force this turnover. They'll get and regain possession with 6:55 left in this final quarter. Alira Cook guarded by Byrne. Addison Byrne trying to square her shoulders and stay in front of Cook. Glasby catches on the screen. Down low goes to Keister. Step through, count it, and a foul. Assist to Glasby, finished by Keister. And Keister with a trip to the free throw line, looking to complete the three-point play. Free throw goes in. So Lily Keister, who's played a really good game here for the Snowbirds tonight, makes their second field goal of the 4th quarter and knocks down the free throw. Williamson has it tapped away. This one goes out of bounds. Snowbird fans are really starting to feel confident right now that this win may be in its own grasp. Inbounded to Bloost. Cook once more guarded by Byrne. A floater no good by Cook. And we've got a foul called against the Snowbirds. This will be called against Bloost. That'll be the 3rd against Bloost, and that'll be the 4th against the Snowbirds. We've got a timeout taken. We'll step aside and be back in 45 seconds.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Right back. Triple. Got it! London has it, left block, slams it home! The Glen Lake student section, they're pumped up. Okay, welcome back. After that Bulldog timeout, the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds continuing to apply this pressure as it's nearly stolen away, and it's off of Kaylee Jeffers' heel, so it will be Bulldog basketball. 4th quarter here tonight, presented by Professional Seamless Gutters. Hey, well, if you want to make sure that you're protecting your home, especially during the winter, and let me give you an example here. So if you've got water coming down from the side of your home or garage or other type of freestanding building, that water might go down into the foundation of your building, and it could even seep in to that building, causing a musty, kind of smelly, grungy odor. Well, if you get Professional Seamless Gutters, you can put some gutters on that building, and then all of a sudden, that problem goes away. That's Professional Seamless Gutters and Orion Beningo, your gutter service provider since 2021. And when you call Orion, you get Orion. And that's why he's able to take a Sharpie and write his signature on each set of gutters that he installs. That's Professional Seamless Gutters, our fourth quarter sponsor here tonight. And the reason I bring up him writing his signature on each gutter he installs is because when you call him, you get him, and he's also the guy making sure that those gutters are installed correctly on your home or pole barn. So Snowbirds going down the floor on a give and go to Glasby, and she can't make the layup. Rebounded by Monti. And it's passed up the floor to Mary Myshak. Here come the Bulldogs down by 21. Under 5 minutes left to go in this game. Woolard, Glasby sliding her feet, playing good defense. Robinson catches down low on the block and is fouled. And that most likely will be against Kaylee Jeffers. And that will be the fourth against Jeffers and the fifth team foul against the Snowbirds here in this fourth quarter. Robinson's first free throw attempt, no good. Checking in for the Bulldogs is Belford, replacing Monti. And Faith Lair also coming in for the Bulldogs. Second one, no good for Robinson. Swung over to Glasby. She's going to tee up the three and knock it down. You betcha. This one nearly saved right to the hands of Keister. 3-on-2 break for the Snowbirds, and they'll wisely pull this one back out and just try to run some clock. Snowbirds being up by 24 points. The clock is more or less the enemy at this point in this stage of the game. Glasby letting another one fly off the heel. Rebound, fought for, tapped out of bounds by Woolard. It'll stay here with the Snowbirds. This is Alira Cook to inbound, finding Jeffers. She'll drive in with the runner off the glass, no good. Faith Lair has the rebound, crosses over and looking for a teammate. Jeffers and Glasby swarm the basketball, and it's just no uncontested dribbles when you're playing against this Snowbird defense. That's one of the things that head coach Pat Schultz and his assistant coaches Jim Jeffers and Cam Blues do a great job of, is just not allowing. As Blues gets the easy theft, can't make it, has it blocked by Robinson, and a foul will be called, I believe, against Emery Bloost. And that will send Robinson to the free throw line for a pair. Well, this will give us an opportunity to check the YouTube chat line once again. Jackie Prusakevitz says, nice teamwork, Snowbirds. And do want to give credit to this Inland Lakes team. They played one heck of a game in the first half, and they're still kind of figuring out how their offense is going to function with the loss of Elizabeth Furman, a great post scorer and forward for the Bulldogs. Want to wish her a speedy recovery as Robinson makes the first of two. Second one short, rebounded by Jeffers. She'll push tempo. 2-on-1 break, drops it down to Cook, and she's fouled from behind. Here's the replay of that. First free throw no good for Cook. And Cook makes the second. And we have Sahara Wells checking back in for Gaylord St. Mary. As the Bulldogs have it up top here, we do want to thank all of our sponsors. Again, we want to thank J&J Construction for being our pregame show sponsor. J&J Construction, hey, if you don't know where to go when beginning the process of building that dream home, look no further than J&J Construction. They're respected by all, especially their clients and their subcontractors. That is J&J Construction, a proud sponsor of Snowbird basketball here on Next Level Broadcasting, as Robinson runs up the runner, and she's got 4 straight points now. 53-33 now the score. Kaylee Jeffers teeing up the long ball and buries it. Back to a 23-point margin for the Snowbirds. Robinson guarded up top by Glasby. The 15-footer is good. Jeffers bringing it across half court. Dribbling into 2. Snowbirds quickly with the ball reversal, finding Glasby in the corner. She'll set and fire off the heel, and it's tapped out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Snowbirds. Venue checking in for the Bulldogs. Jeffers inbounding to Glasby. Now up to Bloost. Looks like the Snowbirds will be calling out their run clock formation here. Gaylord St. Mary will improve to 9-1 on the season and likely maintain their spot in the top 5 of the coaches' poll ranking for Division IV girls basketball. They'll take on the Eagles of Lake Leelanau St. Mary on Friday night. That game will be at 5:30, even though it is a varsity game. It'll be 5:30 on Friday, so mark your calendars if you're going to watch that one. Then you can just stay tuned into the stream and watch the Snowbird boys play right after that. Their varsity playing Lake Leelanau St. Mary varsity as well. So we got a minute 20 left as the Snowbirds find Lily Keister in the corner. And this is right now just the Snowbirds working as much time off of the game clock as possible, as that is going to be the 5th personal foul against Chloe Robinson. So she will foul out and be disqualified here, but she's played one heck of a basketball game here tonight. As we've got a timeout taken by the Snowbirds, we'll stay right here and keep it with you. And we want to tell you about our friends at Mama Leone's. Established in 1953, Mama Leone's has been serving up world-class Italian cuisine and pizza, a family-owned restaurant and the official post-game gathering place of the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds. They'll see you after the game at Mama Leone's, located on 2583 South Otsego Ave in Gaylord. Mama Leone's also wants you to know that their catering menu is now fully stocked and available for you winter, spring, and particularly for the high school graduation open house season. So if you're somebody planning that senior open house this year, don't worry about doing the cooking. Leave that to Mama Leone's. Get those catering options on the schedule at Mama Leone's Italian Restaurant, Gaylord, Michigan, for those senior grad parties. Charles Strail along with Ryan Bentley here. We've got 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in this game. The Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds looking to stay on top of the Ski Valley Conference, keeping their Ski Valley Conference record without any blemishes on it if they're able to keep this lead, which it certainly looks like they'll be able to do. They're up by 21 points over the Bulldogs of Inland Lakes. It was a 19-19 score at halftime, and then the Snowbird offense woke up. They were in a deep slumber in the first 16 minutes of the game, but in the 8 minutes of the third quarter, they found their stride. And now with 45 seconds left to go, Snowbirds will not be taking another shot, it appears, unless wide open on a layup. Jeffers cruising in and spins around. Hits the 360 on the turbo button. And there's a foul against the Bulldogs. And that will be their 4th team foul. We want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight one more time. If you know any of these sponsors or work at any of these places or just have an opportunity to do so, support these places, because without them, we wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be able to enjoy our services. So we want to thank one more time tonight J&J Construction, the Gaylord Eye Care Center, Schultz's Marathon Gas Station and Party Store, Mama Leone's, Sky Media 45, and Professional Seamless Gutters, and last but not least, the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport, reminding you that now is your time to fly. Book those spring break getaways today at tvcairport.com. As Emery Blust goes to the free throw line, there are 11 seconds left to go in the game as she knocks down the first of 2. And the second one gets a kind roll off of the front of the rim and in. So Snowbirds, 23-point victory, it appears, going down in the books against the Inland Lakes Bulldogs. And that is official. Snowbirds claim a hard-fought victory here tonight. They had to earn this one. The Bulldog team, even though they suffered some injuries, they gave the Snowbirds one heck of a fight, especially in that first half, as the Snowbirds really needed to come out and play their A game in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. So, Gaylord St. Mary, next time you'll see the Snowbirds on the floor will be Friday night versus the Lake Leelanau St. Mary Eagles. For the Inland Lakes Bulldogs, they've got 8 days off before they head to Bel Air to take on the Bel Air Eagles. For myself, Charles Strail, along with our executive camera operator tonight, working all of our technical video equipment, Ryan Bentley, we say good night from Inland Lakes High School. We'll see everybody tomorrow night on Next Level Broadcasting's coverage of high school basketball. We'll be at Elk Rapids and Charlevoix. Or check that. Elk Rapids and Boyne City and Charlevoix and Harbor Springs. So that'll be a good night of boys varsity action on Thursday. So tune in, keep it locked as always to Next Level Broadcasting. Go ahead, like and subscribe. It'll keep you notified when we're about to go live of a game that might interest you the most. So for ourselves here from Inland Lakes High School, Next Level Broadcasting, Charles Strail saying good night, peace out, have a good night, see you tomorrow.